India just pulled off a small but sweet victory against the US, especially against Trump. That's what you gotta say. Like, India came and got a little win against America itself. If you ask me what it means, here's the deal. Do you know who we beat? We beat iPhone. iPhones are made in India and shipped all the way to America. Today, India is the biggest source of iPhones in the world. It's heading to America. Because of that, there was no other way but to go to Trump, and India scored a victory. I'll explain what that means in today's video. The second thing is, this brought a really big positive. India coming and taking this small victory is especially a win for America, particularly Trump. I'll explain what that means. The second thing is, China is coming out in support of India. We wouldn't have expected that at all. It's like we're not even on their list. Didn't expect this. But China came forward and supported India openly for the first time. Russia has supported India just like we expected. And through all these problems that have come up in the world over such a long time, India has stayed neutral without taking sides. We don't want to get involved in anyone's fights or troubles. Our country has struggled and progressed on its own. I was just thinking, why should we get dragged into global politics? But slowly, thanks to Trump. No other way. This is the situation India has to take a side on. Trump thought we were friends and got close, but he came back to take revenge. And revenge means sacrifice. There's nothing else. Because there's no real relationship, just hurting us. Slowly, we've been moving closer to China and Russia. Our Prime Minister going there is one thing, but now the Russian president is going to visit India too. So, a sudden twist and turn has happened in the last 24 hours. The new global order is being formed through BRICS. We've been greeting the white folks for so long, isn't that enough? While we were just standing by, China, which is with us, and Russia, our longtime friend, have come together. These three major powers have started joining forces. If anyone had said this a month ago, no one would have believed it. But that's exactly what's happening. So, what exactly has been going on with you? What's that small victory India achieved? Trump. So, everyone went to the press. But Trump just came and started chasing and hitting people. Only Indian journalists weren't there. Global journalists came and were like, "Yo, why are you doing all this? Do you even know what you're doing?" That's the only question they asked. But that's what they kept asking. Here's what's been happening on the international level in the last 24 hours. It's been really intense. I'll start telling you all the details. But before we get into that, keep in mind, stuff like this can happen anywhere in the world. If you want to know all the important stuff really simply, then subscribe to my channel and join. Next time when you log into YouTube, the video will automatically pop up right on top for you. I'll start explaining everything to you. Hello everyone. The first thing I'm gonna start with is, I just got back from India. We all know what that small victory was when they won. Yesterday, the Indian export guy said they're gonna slap a 50% tariff on everything going to America. What that means is people in the US won't buy iPhones anymore. The US has the highest percentage of people using iPhones in the world. It's their homegrown company. But they said making iPhones in their own country is super expensive, so they came to China for manufacturing. They've made a move on everything. There's been a showdown between China and America. They're telling us, since India is America's friendly neighbor, let's move things here, and they've started setting up plants right here in Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu and India as a whole have become the country sending the most iPhones overseas to America. This has just happened this year. Now Trump himself has come and made statements causing a stir and a showdown. So when Trump imposes a 50% tax, who's going to bear that tax? If you're worried about prices dropping, India's where they're making iPhones now. There's no other place with such huge manufacturing. Everything that was in China has been moved here. Apple made that move. Now, when these iPhones come back to the US, if you're wondering who'll pay that tax, it's going to be the American consumers buying the iPhones. So even if Trump slaps a 50% tax on India, people will still buy the iPhone because the new model is launching next month. So go ahead and buy one. People would be so pissed if there was a 50% extra tax on iPhones. Everyone upgrades their iPhones every year, and in the US, it's a big deal. There are plenty of people who want the latest model. Imagine if Trump said everyone in America has to pay 50% tax on iPhones just because he doesn't like India. There'd be a huge uproar. So there's no alternative to that. Since it's an iPhone, Apple can immediately shift production to China, and there are taxes there too. You can't just move production to any other country easily. There's no other way. You know what Trump did? He said 50% tax on India, but that's not for iPhones. It's a huge win for Apple, okay? Even if Apple comes here, they won't do anything directly in India, but he did this so Apple's business doesn't get affected. But this is also a win for India. Even if iPhone manufacturing comes to our place and Trump doesn't like it, They won't even listen to what we say when we ask why it came to our country. I'm the king, even if you don't think so. Because India is making Silenta strong here. iPhones are being made in India and then sent to America. They're bypassing Trump's tariffs. Trump said he wouldn't put tariffs on iPhones. But the person who made this happen is our own Tim Cook, Apple's CEO. He went to Trump, and like Vadivelu in the 23rd point question scene, those two sat down together, waved the white flag, and praised each other. We've never seen Tim Cook show this kind of move before. Before this, the head of the biggest company in the world went and met the American president. They said, "We're giving you a piece of gold with Gorilla Glass on it. No one else in the world has this." Everyone watched amazed, thinking it was 24K gold and a special gift. Because of that, Trump was like, "Okay, Tim Cook is a tough guy." Then, India slapped a 50% tax on Apple, but lowered it just for Apple. So, sir, what's your take on this law? So anyway, this is a small win that India got. Apple managed to escape. Looks like iPhone manufacturing in India will still be extended. I'll come to the second step later. If you're wondering why, it's because Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi hasn't really talked much publicly about this issue since it started. But what he's saying now is that the farmers, fishermen, dairy-based industries, milk producers and cattle rearers in India, they want to come to America and set up a good supply chain. What that means is the milk, seeds, tomatoes, onions, all the stuff that can be grown in America should be imported to India with zero tax. This trade deal had an important point that India didn't sign it. Which means regular farmers back home, like the ones watching this video, should be the real owners, not just some big shot or our parents. There must be farmers, right? Like grandpa and grandma. They were farmers. Even now, in our country, 1 out of every 2 people is involved in farming. Farming is the backbone of our country. That's what Mahatma Gandhi said, and it's still true today. If Trump asks why we don't see farming in our villages anymore after all these years, it's because when we import agricultural products from other countries, India imposes taxes on them. We've already raised that issue. Everyone's been struggling a lot, and even now, after all their hard work, the proper money isn't reaching them. Basically, the middlemen who are between the real farmers and us are just pocketing the cash. So, we're already facing all these problems. Like when Trump says, tomatoes that can be priced in America should be imported into India without any tax. Or milk that's available in America should come into India without taxes. Listen, how can India accept this? If India agrees, and if Modi says something today, it's fine. Even if my head rolls, I don't care. That's exactly what he's saying. Even if this is my personal loss, it's okay. I won't allow it. American goods are coming in, especially in agriculture and fishing, and the Americans have a lot more money. They come here, and now with Jio, all the other companies are dying. They're giving things for free. They can do that and empty the whole market. I won't allow that. No matter what happens, it's all good. I personally came in now, so what if a lot of people lose their jobs? Trump has already imposed taxes that are hitting the textile industry hard, and many people working there are losing their jobs. Even if a lot of people lose their jobs like this and it causes me problems, I don't mind. I'll protect this. So this is what the Prime Minister said, but more than that, this is India's official stance and we can take it that way. The third thing is, if you look at what Congress leader Rahul Gandhi has said, this is turning into an economic blockade. Trump just went ahead and raised taxes without any reason. India's facing an economic blockade now, and we need to stand strong against Trump. What we're doing now isn't enough. We still have to stand firm against Trump. Why should we be scared of Trump? Keep speaking out strongly against him. The Indian government should get angry and hit back hard. Don't be afraid of Trump. That's what Rahul Gandhi is saying. They're talking. Let's move on to the next point. Okay, Madan. Now let's talk about the people who are most affected. Because when we produce agricultural products, Americans won't allow us. They impose taxes. Now because of these taxes, meaning America is taxing. Since America is taxing, our goods cost more to sell there. For example, Bangladesh makes a lot of ready-made items, and so does Tirupur. But now India has put a 50% tax on it. So the American company's thinking is, instead of me coming to India and paying Rs 150 for this t-shirt, I'd rather buy it from Bangladesh for around Rs 120 or Rs 130. Why? Because the tax there is lower. Like for example, in Bangladesh, just as an example, not sure if this applies to Vietnam, but taxes are a bit lower there too. Then I might outsource it to some other country like the Philippines or something. Why should I pay India? That's the simple goal. Let's have people from Tirupur, India, who can work there, especially those into textile jobs. Then also people working in the jewelry field. They need to get a good grip on things. That's the turbo plug-in. Now, what they're doing in that company's manufacturing is slowly planning to move. They're looking to move to the Middle East. Since it's manufacturing, they're planning to shift manufacturing operations, possibly to Mexico too. They've been watching and waiting. So, companies from countries where taxes are a bit lower are slowly trying to take over our country. That's the main problem here. Now, for the people who stayed in this town and managed to get a job in these companies, their situation is the real issue. How are people supposed to handle this? We need to wait and see what the government does. And the next thing is, you see, China has come, and now with Trump, they're holding a press meet, all right? The main question for Trump is this. China's buying more oil from Russia, but India's slapped higher taxes than China. China's effective tax is only about 30%, but we're paying like 50%. So when asked if that's fair, Trump said, "Wait and see, this is just the beginning. It's going to get even more intense." When he said wait and see, does that mean China's taxes will go up more? Or India's? They're still not sure if they're going to raise the tax or not. They just keep saying, let's wait and see. They're also saying that a secondary sanction might come. That means we won't be able to sell Indian goods to America, but Indian products will have to be sold to other countries. Now, if some other country is selling stuff in Switzerland, or if Indian t-shirts are being sold in London, and we buy from there, they're threatening us that they'll raise taxes on London just because of that. They're blackmailing us. In the UK, they say they'll tax me. Switzerland says I can't buy from India anymore. America says they'll tax me too. Then they say if any other country buys from India, they'll tax you as well. So now America says I can't buy oil from Russia either. Next, they say no one in the world is allowed to buy oil from Russia. Is that right? Is that what's coming next? Trump himself said that India has the chance to get that one blackmail deal. This really came to us, and there's no other way. If we push this hard enough, they'll have to sit up and take notice. The best example is Europe. Europe just goes along with whatever America says. Sure, Europe's just doing their job, but no matter what America says, Europe listens. Europe once ruled the world back in the day. After France, everyone in the United Kingdom and Britain is just nodding along with whatever America says. Like, whether it's right or not, they're just going along with it. Meanwhile, Trump has already slapped a tax on Europe. It's gone from 10% to 15% now. If you look at what Trump's trying to do, basically, no one else in the world should be doing manufacturing except America. Trump's plan is to bring all manufacturing back to the US. That's basically his main goal. So everyone's just paying taxes, no other way. Take India, for example. Now you can't do anything. Take t-shirts, best example. There's a 50% tax on t-shirts in India. Bangladesh has 1%, the Philippines has another percentage. Everyone's paying taxes, so if the boss wants to hit back, the only option is for us to manufacture here. There's no other way. Doing manufacturing in the US costs a lot. Generally, it's okay because we get paid in dollars there. They talk a lot about rules when it comes to work, and there are plenty of problems like this. Manufacturing in the US costs more because of that. That's why the whole world shifted away from manufacturing. Trump said that he raised taxes everywhere. He increased taxes on products made outside the US to make selling in America more expensive. There was no other way, so everyone started manufacturing in the US. That's what Trump said. That's why it's happening. Got it? It's pretty surprising that China is actually standing here supporting us. At first, China was rubbing shoulders with Trump and Russia, but now they're backing India. They probably expected India to just come and go, but that's not happening. India's not just going to disappear. Right now, we're getting unexpected support from China. A young Chinese government official even posted about it on Twitter today. Indian government, here I am. It's negotiable, and this whole policy thing can be manipulated by other countries. India's sovereignty comes first, and no one can negotiate over that. No other country should come and tell us how to do our business. Basically, if India wants to do business in a certain way, America or anyone else can't come and teach us how to do it. China is actually supporting us, saying America shouldn't tell us how to run our business. And then, if you look at it, even Matteson or their own guys or America's side come to India however they want, but America can't dictate to India. They're saying America doesn't even have the right to say this guy can't speak or that we can't talk. Then their government official came from China, posted a tweet and a cartoon too. When India comes, they say an elephant. When they come as generals, China is like a dragon. That's how we think. So when they come to India, it's like an elephant. Like a general visualization example. America is like an eagle, and India is like an elephant to the Chinese. That's what they say now. An elephant comes and keeps saying unjustified, unreasonable, like it's all wrong, making you stand there angry. Then from the side, America comes in full force, putting up walls and setting tariffs, saying things like, this is wrong, that's wrong, this shouldn't happen, and even made a cartoon about it. Okay? All this has been going on, slowly. What do we feel about it? Basically, America has come and started treating us like a huge enemy. They're thinking we're a big problem. That's what it is. If you look at what India has been doing over time, we've actually been running a business together for a long time. Today, that business partner is handling all the work to keep the business going with us. He's even driving a taxi for us. So, if we want to do any business with someone by 2025, no one will be able to survive without doing business together. Looking at what India is up to, they're starting to move towards the Slovak BRICS side. The Indian Prime Minister is going to China. That's related to the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. Yesterday we were talking about it, right? Those who watched the video yesterday will know. So that committee meeting is happening. On the other side, Putin is there. So I told Ajit Doval to come today. Our country's NSA has already gone to Russia. Putin went and talked to them. And what he said was, I will come to India. He said the ties between India and Russia need to increase. So Putin is coming to India. India has already gone to China. A new global order is taking shape here, thanks to Trump. Slowly but surely, there's some pushback coming from within America itself. Local politicians like Nikki Haley and others are saying that India and the US have worked hard for years to build their relationship. And now Trump has come and broken it apart. Even people from Trump's own party have started speaking out against it. So yeah, at a press meet today, a bit of a comedy show happened. One guy came up and India came and got blood on its hands. The Ukraine war happened because of India. The reason they had to do all this is that for 2 years, India was buying oil. Don't you know? Suddenly they came and made such a huge sacrifice. Now a lady from Brussels is asking about it, and everything's getting sorted out quickly. But China has been buying a lot more oil. China's been buying more oil from Russia than India, and they're not going to put extra tax on China like they do on India. So right away, you put 30 on China and 50 on India, then said, no, the boss will come and decide, and just escaped from there. Here's the second problem I'm telling you. Trump came and slapped a huge charge on India. He said we're buying oil from Russia and selling it in the international market for big profits. He sounded really convincing and talked differently. But now, when we fact-check, it turns out India didn't actually do that kind of trade. Think about it. Everyone says Trump is the biggest president in the world. I'm going to raise taxes on India. People who are just doing regular jobs in Tirupur, India, I'm going to bring them out to the main street. People coming from India and working simple jobs in the jewelry market in Gujarat, I'm going to bring them out to the main street too. If someone's life gets messed up because of this payback, so what? I'm a big shot now. I'm behaving with the attitude of a ruler, like Trump does, and that's why I said it. India. They said they bought oil from Russia and were selling it for a higher price, making a big profit. But when we actually checked the facts, nothing like that was happening. India needs a lot of it here. We buy oil from there and sell it in the international market at a higher price. That whole story isn't true at all, and they've even done a factory check to confirm. Basically, Trump imposing taxes on us is the real reason he didn't come. But they're just making up stories and spreading big lies worldwide. I really don't get how a country as big as ours, with the most people in the world, ends up paying so much tax. You can't reason with Trump at all. He's always thinking and doing stuff on his own. Everyone's come, and now I feel like we're stuck in this situation for the past 3 years, just biting our nails. After this guy left, the people running the world are all about business. Now a business comes along, signs a deal, and it's all just like that. Everyone trusted and came to India. Just take an example. China and the US have their own problems too. What can we do? Move manufacturing to India. Moving manufacturing isn't a small thing. It means creating jobs for millions, spending huge amounts of money, setting up big factories, and once that's all done, then the person acts like they're the head of India. Now saying the problem is only with India, and ignoring all this manufacturing stuff tomorrow. They're saying they're bringing it here, but really they're taking it to Vietnam. Keep that in mind. Tomorrow, if Trump puts a tax on Vietnam, what's going to happen? No one can really predict what he'll do. It's not like Trump's making some big logical plan, just think about it. It's not just people buying iPhones anymore. Even those buying Adidas or Puma t-shirts from us are paying more tax. Now, they all came and bowed to Trump. But then Tim Cook comes in, and you see a white flag waving. As soon as the king said that, he asked, "Okay, Apple doesn't have to pay tax, only you can bring it from India." What kind of logic is this? He's doing this very publicly. There's a video of this, and after watching it I was like, what, Tim Cook? We used to think Apple was such a huge company. Now, the president is giving a gold medal like the whole world is watching. It feels kind of embarrassing. This is what American democracy is? This is America? Once upon a time it was the land of dreams. Everyone thinks America is the place to go to get ahead, but they've been acting really childish. It's like one person's ego is messing up the whole world, and it's really tough to watch. Hopefully it'll come to a stop soon. Now India's stepping up, and the whole Team America vibe is slowly breaking down. Teams like BRICS, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa are forming a core group. Besides that, there are countries in the Middle East and many others joining in too. Yeah, there are. This is Africa's main country. Globally, if all these countries combined, their population would be more than the two big giants, America and Europe. Our overall GDP is higher. We have a lot more things than them. Okay, so since it's like that, we might think a lot of people have seen this, right? Or maybe even if Madden is there, some might think we shouldn't speak against Trump so much. Of course, you'd have those kinds of thoughts. To everyone thinking about this, I just want to say one thing. This is causing us a lot of problems. Like I said, directly in Tirupur, many people might lose their jobs. All of this is true. But one thing is, we have a huge superpower. If we say America today, or say American brands today, think about all the well-known names that come to mind. Google, Apple, Facebook, WhatsApp. What else can we say? Instagram, Twitter. Yeah, all of these are exactly like that. America, ChatGPT, all this stuff. If you say it's America's, we immediately think of it like it belongs to them, right? Globally, everyone uses all this. But which country uses it the most? It's India, not America. Seriously, just check the numbers. Look at the people who use this stuff the most. Where do they live? India. We shouldn't make a decision like that tomorrow. If we do, it'll backfire on me too. There'll be chaos on YouTube, but maybe India has a huge advantage. They've got negotiation power. If they think they're not going to use any American software services after coming to India tomorrow, just think about what they'll do. Suddenly, they're nowhere to be seen on TikTok anymore. From India's side, if we think like that, it won't go there. But India actually holds a huge negotiation card. Keep that in mind. When it happens, you've seen this video, and it'll hit right on my head. This YouTube channel will take a hit, YouTube itself will take a hit, Google will take a hit, everyone will take a hit. There's a chance. But the chances of it actually happening are really low. Like super low. But India is still the biggest market in the world. Our biggest strength is the population we have here. As long as India keeps playing it smart, it's good for us. Okay? We don't always have to bow down to Trump. Here's a really important question I'm asking again. India's already been hit with higher taxes. And Trump probably has some other people he's taxing too. He's just doing some blackmail attitude, saying he'll do it. Which is not right. It's just not right. It's not something a leader would do. Even the grandpa at our house shouldn't do this. If he talks like that, we'll just tell him not to act like a boomer and move on, right? Sitting in the biggest post in the world, Trump has been watching that boomer stuff going on. Do you know what you've been telling me? Do you know how you've been talking back? That's exactly what Trump has been doing. If you think India should go full pro-Trump just like that, then call it Team Trump, okay? Because this isn't just about Trump or America as a whole. There are a lot of people in the US who are against him, so it's Team Trump, not Team BRICS. Tell me what your opinion is in the comments. Tomorrow I'll check your comments in my video. If any of your friends follow international affairs closely, share this video with them. And yeah, always subscribe to my channel.